tits, bitch.
Hey, fiends and fiendettes. Guess who's doing this intro today? Me. Because Alex is having a lot of trouble because he doesn't know where he's going, but I know where we're going. Last week, we went and saw a little movie and decided we're going to do a spoiler cast. And so that's what we're going to do now. But you know what? We're going to give you an extra treat. You're going to get a normal episode on top of it. It's like a double whopper. Copyright Burger King.
This spoiler cast edition of Scream Fiends is
brought to you by Totino's Pizza Rolls.
2018's Halloween.
Is it just called Halloween? I guess I never really checked
It
the
is.
title.
Yep.
So, did
Straight
you see
up
the sequel to Halloween?
Halloween.
Oh, I'm probably the first person to make that joke.
Trick or treat! So my house is here. Which one should we go to? They're all spooky. I'm gonna pick that one over on across the street. Yeah. Oh, what the? Hey! Sorry about that. Sorry.
40 years ago, on Halloween night, Michael Myers murdered 3 people.
After that horrific night, he was sent back to the institution in captivity.
I have prayed every night that he would escape.
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him. The bus crashed.
Michael Myers escaped.
He'll return to Haddonfield, his home.
I need to protect my family.
You have no security system, Karen.
Mom, you need help.
Evil is real.
There's a reason we're supposed to be afraid of this night.
I've been preparing for this for a long time. It is not safe to be on the street tonight.
Go home! Get out of here! Get inside! Michael!
He's here. He is a killer, but he will be killed tonight. Happy Halloween, Michael.
This movie is starring Jamie Lee Curtis as the ever-lovely Laurie Strode, Judy Greer as her daughter Karen, Andy Matichak as Karen's daughter Allison, and special shout out I think we need to say for a young lad who stole the show, getting lots of praise. Jabril Nantambu as Julian.
Yeah, he was pretty good. But we also got Nick Castle.
Oh, so we don't fully get a Nick Castle, Michael Myers.
Oh.
He's in it very briefly, but this time around, Michael Myers is played by James Jude Courtney.
Huh.
For the most part. It was written by David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, and Jeff Fradley, and directed by David Gordon Green. Now, how do you want to do this? Because generally we come back after seeing a movie do the show right away, but this time we've given it an entire week
to fester.
Yeah, think it over.
Yeah.
All that. So I don't really want to do the scene by scene as we generally do.
Because I don't think we could.
Yeah.
I don't know how well your memory is.
No,
Mine's
it's
shot.
not.
Mine is shit on.
Yeah,
It's
no.
terrible. Let's see here.
Do you want to do it by, like, basically how it's set up? Just a general going through the movie instead of like our detailed scene by scene sort of.
Just a general synopsis. Is that what they call
that? Well, not just that. Just moving through the movie. We'll miss pieces here and there, but just generally,
Yeah, gotcha. All right, let's do that.
Okay, so it starts out at a mental hospital, correct?
Mm-hmm. I thought right.
And
there's two Brits there.
They're doing a podcast.
Yeah, a podcast, and they take like cold cases or they go after like weird crimes, and then like dig deeper into them.
Yeah,
and they're talking to this doctor who's taken over the Michael case after Loomis had passed.
Oh yeah, so I suppose we should be clear about that right away. Is that this is a direct sequel
to the first movie.
Yes, everything
40
else
40 years later.
Yes, everything else is completely erased.
Yep, everything you know about Michael Myers that comes after the first movie is now non-canon.
Yes. So Michael Myers is now in a mental hospital.
Yep, he's there.
And these Brits are going out to try to talk to him, try to get him to
speak.
Yes.
He hasn't said a word in who knows how long.
40 years.
Even longer than that, because he was a kid when he first went in there.
Oh, I suppose. Yeah.
But
now, I don't... Maybe my memory's hazy, but I thought at the end of the first movie, Dr. Loomis looks out and his body is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And do they acknowledge that in this movie? Do they say that they caught him later?
Maybe they did.
I guess I didn't notice if they did.
Yeah. Maybe they retconned that part of the movie, too. Because they also have that scene where he looks out and he's gone, but so is all the grass.
Oh.
Because the sequel took place in the fall or something. There's something like that.
Yeah, so they get out to this courtyard and Michael is chained to this giant weight. And there's this yellow square sort of marked out, and you're not supposed to cross that line.
Because he can get you.
Yeah.
And any of them, that's how they get their 1 hour of exercise outside by being chained to some kind of weight.
Mm.
Michael Myers is staring off into the sun looking like some kind of undressed Solaire from Dark Souls.
Doesn't have a mask on.
Nope. But then the guy pulls the mask out. He's like, "Do you feel it, Michael?"
Yeah.
I was like, well, I mean, it's a mask.
Yeah.
I don't think he does. But so he starts getting rambunctious. So then the other, mentally ill patients start getting rambunctious.
Michael doesn't get rambunctious.
No, he doesn't. He just
he doesn't care. But yeah, all the other crazies around there are freaking out.
Yeah.
And that's it, right?
Cut myself. You want to see the blood?
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go away. And so then they're talking to that doctor because they're going to be moving Michael and a bunch of these patients to a new place because money or something.
Reasons.
And then, yeah.
So that's how it begins. That's how we meet Michael Myers. That's where everything is at.
And you see his coat hanger stabbed eye.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So from here, let's sort of get into the characters. So Laurie Strode now is an alcoholic. She's a big likes her guns, likes her protection, has her house all.
She's got like a what do they call those, like scare chambers in a house? If you get panic
rooms, yeah. So she's been waiting all this time.
Because in case Michael breaks out.
Yeah. She has a daughter, Judy Greer.
Yep. They don't have a very good daughter
Relationship.
relationship. Yeah. You find out pretty early on that she was like training her daughter to like fight Michael Myers.
Yep.
When he gets out.
So she was taken away as a child.
When she was 12?
Something like that.
And when did you see her again? Oh, yeah, because you know we're figuring all this shit out? Because the Brits find Laurie Strode and offer her $3,000 to tell her story.
Yes.
And she's like, well, I've had enough. She tells him about all this stuff with the daughter. And then she's like, you can leave now.
Give me money.
Give me my money. But it's something they said that pissed her off.
They tell her that Michael is being moved, right?
Yeah, and she knew that. And like, was able to quote the time and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
She knows what's going on. She's got a plan, so.
Then we have Laurie's daughter's daughter, Allison.
The granddaughter.
Yeah. Who, I don't know, she seems like a smart enough kid.
Yeah. Well, she's like in the National Honor Society, and like she's gonna graduate.
And she actually has this kind of secret relationship with her grandma.
Yeah, because like she likes her grandma, even though her grandma's a goofball and doesn't stop talking about Michael Myers.
Yeah, so she sort of talks to Laurie behind her mom's back.
Yeah.
So, like, the mom was supposed to invite Laurie out to some party.
Dinner. And she didn't.
But she tells the daughter that she did, but of course Allison knows that she's lying.
Because Allison's got really good intuition.
I don't know.
Yeah, so pretty much that's that. I mean, so it sets up the fact that, Allison likes to talk to her. You, with the licking. You setting that whole thing up with, the different, the way like her granddaughter gets along with her grandmother and back and forth. But even the granddaughter says, you got to let it go to her grandma and blah, 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 and this and that. Then you meet some of the granddaughter's friends, and they all suck, just like the original.
Yep.
Which I loved, actually. I like that. It was kind of the same.
I was so hoping that one of her friends would be like, totally. But alas, nope.
Yeah, and she's got a boyfriend, and then they go to school and they find out, you're gonna meet my parents tonight. Because they're you're gonna meet them. And so her parents are that Karen, and then her dad is the dude that would work on the electrician stuff in Down Periscope.
He was also in *Halt and Catch Fire*.
I don't know that one.
He's been in a lot of stuff, but
I don't know.
He's one of those guys where it's like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Eventually, as they're transporting Michael Myers in like a prison bus.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it gets there by coming from the perspective of like a dad and his young son going hunting.
Yeah, they're gonna go hunting.
They're in their truck traveling down the road, and the kid is like, I want to dance.
I don't want to hunt. I mean, I like doing this stuff with you, Dad, but I also want to focus on this. And his dad's like, well, that's fine. Oh, and then they're driving, and then it's like, oh, what happened out here? There's people in white coats all over the place. Oh, God.
Yep.
I'll go check it out. You stay in here. Okay. And he goes out there, and he's dead.
Yeah.
And then the son's like, I better go look in this. And they're not going to kill an 8-year-old, but they do.
They do.
He finds the doctor actually that is was caring for Michael Myers, and this doctor is it is immediately apparent and obvious that he's obsessed with Michael Myers.
Very much. But the kid actually ends up shooting him.
Yeah, because he's like, oh,
He is
something
spooked.
moved. Yep.
Yep.
Then he runs out and gets his neck broke by Michael Myers.
Yep. You know what I noticed a lot? Michael Myers in this movie really liked to break necks.
Yeah, he did. It's
Yeah.
it's just quick and easy.
Yeah.
When you're 6 foot, 10, and you can crush full beer kegs with your bare hand. It's just easier to go.
Yep. So Michael Myers is on the loose. He, of course, ends up
At a gas station.
at a gas station, and we resume running into the Brits doing the podcast.
And the lady goes in the potty
Uh,
because it's gross.
yeah, each stall, she's like, "Ew, gross."
That's poop on the toilet seat. That actually makes me really mad.
Yeah.
Like if you go into the bathroom at a public place or at work, this happens at work all the time.
You should expect poop.
If you just clean up when you're done. If you like make a poop splash when you poop, just wipe that poop up. If it's on the toilet seat,
I
wipe
feel
that
like
shit up.
I feel like something is terribly wrong if like your poops manage to bounce out of the bowl.
yeah. Well, it's just like my guess is maybe when they're standing up, there's some like residue dingleberry. It's just like I fell off.
They stand up and they're like, "Oh, wait a second."
It could be. It could be like shit splash water on their butt cheeks.
Oh.
And so they stand up and it drips off onto the toilet seat.
Oh.
It's like, how do you like turn around and not see shit on a white porcelain toilet seat? Wipe. I put a couple nasty notes at work. Like clean up when you're done.
I imagine sometimes it's that people have to shit so bad that they, as soon as they pull down their pants, it just comes flying out. Flying out.
I mean, I've been there. But
I haven't been to the point where like I'm gonna spray the wall.
Yeah, I haven't sprayed any walls. I didn't make a toilet bowl or a toilet tank silhouette on a wall out of shit. But been close.
Yeah.
I drive for a living, so I mean, sometimes you're like, I'll make it to the next.
Well, we've all been close. I mean, it's just
we've
part
all
of being
shit our
human.
pants. Let's just admit it.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the world has shit their pants outside of being a child
At some point.
at some point. I know 2 dudes at work that both shit their pants within like a month of each other. Both just got sick with the diarrheas. Instead of staying at home like good employees, trying not to bring that shit around. It's like, oh, I'm gonna. And then the other guy's like, yeah, me too.
Sometimes it's hard to judge like how bad it's gonna be. Like sometimes it's like, oh, like I really gotta shit, but then then it becomes like, this is happening now.
This is happening. That's why Walter Matthau is one of the most intelligent, or maybe not intelligent, but wise men in the world. Did you ever see the outtakes to Grumpier Old Men?
No.
He's on a boat. And, they're kind of panning a shot. And they're like, what's wrong, Walter? He goes, I farted and I'm scared to move. It's one of the greatest things
I feel like that movie is like only people in Minnesota have seen that movie.
I kind of get that feeling.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the sequel, Grumpier Old Man.
Grumpier Old Man. I farted and I'm scared to move. My 6-month-old farts like an old man.
Really?
Yeah, it's like he's like somebody gave him a tuba. And he swallowed it and stuck in his butt. Just
Well, anyways,
shit and diarrhea aside.
the lady finds a stall that's acceptable, sits down. Michael ends up coming in.
And she's like, what's going on? And then he reaches over, and you've seen this in the previews. He drops teeth on the other side of her door. She's
Yes.
like, ew! And he's like, I'm just showing you my collection.
So the other Brit, the dude, comes running in, hears her screaming.
Yeah, and it's too late.
Yep. He grabs her.
Oh, no, it isn't too late. he comes in to help her, but then he just gets beat up and she's still stuck in the thing, and then he gets her.
Yeah. And I suppose we should mention that in this particular scene, you had called it out, how when he's looking through the slit in the door,
Yeah.
you can like see his eye,
It's creepy.
and it's just it's super
So, yeah.
creepy.
So she's in the stall like right, like trying to poop, and Michael Myers comes over. He's standing in front of the door, and if you look to the left of the screen at the little slit, you can like see him peering in through there. It's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I was wrong, but
No, I saw it too.
Okay,
yeah.
'cause it's like, ooh, that was creepy.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very well done.
yeah. So then he and then her boyfriends or whatever, or co-host or whatever, on his way to the bathroom, he finds all these other dead people.
Yeah, he finds like a mechanic dead.
His clothes are gone.
Yep.
The cashier dude who was being rude has got his face all split in two, and his jaw's like dislocated and his teeth are missing or something.
Yeah. So the guy Britt ends up getting
Beat to death,
Yep.
and then the girl gets choked to death, or her neck broke.
Yeah, does it show that?
He's like choking her, and then like you see her feet, and then he goes clack, and she goes meet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then it shows the sheriff. They're like, "Well, damn it, Michael Myers is here again." Shit. But the one sheriff's like, "That's not that big of a deal. We can't cancel Halloween. I mean, we'll just keep an eye out."
When does he get the mask back? Is that where?
Yeah, because he goes to the trunk. Remember, he gets the mask and he pulls it on.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
you guys remember this? He's looking at the camera. You guys remember? And he shuts the trunk of the car.
Uh-huh. So now we have Michael Myers as he should be.
With his William Shatner mask on.
Yep. And he's got this like sort of limp going on. I don't know if
old.
because it's supposed to be an older.
It's 40 years later.
Yeah. Which, initially I was like, this kind of takes the mystique, and it's almost like the Rob Zombie version where it gives Michael a backstory and a humanity, where it's like, no, Michael Myers is the Shape. Like he's this monster essentially.
Yeah. He's finishing his job.
Yeah, but the more that I've thought about it, the more I really like that, because it creates this sort of continuity where it's like this has been 40 years that he's been obsessed with Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
And he is a human. He's aged.
Yeah.
And in just such a subtle way they show that in just the way he walks.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah. He's still like super menacing, and he's still got that very straight posture, like Michael Myers look. He just very slightly walks.
And he somehow can catch you.
Yeah.
Well, it's Halloween now.
It is now Halloween.
And the daughter's gonna go to dance, or the daughter goes to dinner with the mom and the dad and the boyfriend, and then Grandma shows up. Laurie Strode comes over. She's like, Michael Myers, and everybody's like, Grandma,
Give me that wine.
stop talking about Michael Myers. And Grandma's like, and she walks outside, and then Allison comes over and goes, I love you, Grandma. And she's like, I love you too. And then the boyfriend's like, yeah, I love you. But then they go to a dance, and then the boyfriend kisses a different girl, and Allison Strode's like, you bitch. And then they're like, hey, wait a minute. The Michael Myers kills everybody.
Everyone.
And then that's it. Movie's over. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, then they're gonna go to the dance and this and that. Laurie Strode's waiting with some booze with a revolver. She's gonna I keep doing that. When Michael Myers comes out,
Because they know he's escaped at this point.
well, No, I'm sorry, we forgot that scene. Yeah, he forgot. He's escaped this one. So she's. Yeah, how does she figure it out? How does she figure out that Michael Myers?
I think
is
she
out?
just like sees it on the news.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, and then she's runs into that sheriff guy, and then they're kind of sneaking around looking for Michael Myers.
Yeah,
And
she's straight up hunting Michael at this point.
Yeah, and that was her whole plan to begin with.
Yeah.
And then they go get the parents, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna get you to our my panic room. Where's Allison? We can't get a hold of her. Oh shit!" So they all go.
They try calling her, but the boyfriend has put her phone in a batch of
Yeah, he's being a real prick. So he goes. He's talking to
or
a
queso.
girl.
Could have been queso.
Could have been queso.
Yeah.
And he's talking to a girl. Because Allison's like, I'm gonna find my boyfriend, and he's talking to a different girl though, and they're like,
She's got cheetah boobs.
Yeah, she's got cheetah boobs, and she like goes to kiss him. He's like, well, I mean, I kind of like that, but don't, because I got a girlfriend. But at this point,
it's weird because it's hard to tell if he's actually into it. But to be fair, he had been sneaking a flask. He's probably drunk at this point.
He's been boozed. He's boozing up.
And he's got cheetah tits hanging out right in front of him.
Yeah, so I can't really remember how that kiss went, but
he didn't really kiss her. It was just sort of like they got close and kind of a little smooch,
and he
but
turned
not
around
really.
And saw Allison. She's like,
yeah.
How could you do this? And he's like,
like, come on, I'm drunk. I got cheetah boobs right in front of me.
Yeah, but he turns into a real dick at that point.
Yeah.
Like, he turns into a prick and then throws her phone in the thing, and she's like, okay, it's over. And then the fat friend walks her home.
Oh, dressed as Dracula.
Yeah, and he they're talking about their problem with this, and he can't believe you would do this because you're such a pretty girl, and blah, blah, blah. Let me give you a kiss. And she's like, whoa. Well, I thought you wanted a nice guy. Doesn't mean I want to be with you. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Please don't tell him.
Yeah.
And she goes, whatever, and she leaves. And then Michael Myers.
He's also drunk too.
Yeah, he's drunk too. And
he's got some empty beer cans.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're full.
Oh.
Yeah, they're full. But he drops them. And then Michael Myers shows up. He's like, sorry, neighbor John, to be in your yard. And then the lights turn on and off a few times, and Michael keeps getting closer. Then he chases that kid, and he tries to jump this, spiked iron gate and doesn't make it.
Which is a huge mistake. Like, if you have a strange costume man coming after you with a knife, you probably want to avoid slowly crawling over a spiked fence.
Yeah, screaming, help me. Have they never seen Halloween before? He's never running. Just run.
He'll get you.
You just run around the yard. Just run around the yard a few times till you figure out a way out. And don't just go for the first, spiked exit you see. It's like, well, I'll probably die if I jump over this, but it'll be better than getting shanked by Michael Myers.
But he gets shanked.
He does, and nobody cares.
And
Allison sees and screams and runs. And she goes from house to house like Laurie did in the original.
Yep.
You have that whole thing.
Oh, we missed how he gets his butcher knife.
Well, yeah, because your favorite part of the movie.
Yeah. So it's done in one shot, and it's shows Michael looking into the front window of this house. This woman is on the phone, and then through that, the camera stays on that window. And off to the side, you can see
There's
Michael.
Another window.
Yeah,
and you see like a shadow or him.
You see him
shadow move
going towards the back of the house, and then it goes around to the back of the house.
Well, no, camera stays there.
Oh, it does. Oh, yeah.
She's like, I'm scared. I'm gonna shut my. She's good.
Maybe that's not the part where he actually gets the kitchen knife.
No, because I think where he gets what he does is he kills her for some reason. I don't know what that was about. But he goes to that shed at one point and he grabs the hammer. There's like, wait a minute. Here's something else. And you know what I mean? So then he bashes that old woman to death with a hammer.
Oh, yeah.
And then he takes her knife.
That's right.
And then he kills that lady.
Yep.
And then he goes and finds Allison's friend for some reason.
That's babysitting.
Yep.
Because, it's weird because I don't know if Michael like knows that Allison is supposed to be there. Because that's where she was supposed to meet up there, right?
Yeah, how does she know she's a Strode? You know what I mean? And so there's some like, what's going on here? And then, so yeah, there's those questions aren't answered, but,
that's where we meet Julian.
yeah, Julian and her friend, and they're kind of going back and forth. So it's like, oh yeah, come over and tell him to bring the drugs code word.
Yeah.
And he's, I know what that is. That's drugs. And she's like, you don't know nothing. She goes, yeah, that's drugs. Well, I'll tell your mom. You stay up and look at the porn. He's like, don't tell my mom that. So they come to
And there's that line about it, like, you gonna cut my nasty ass toenails? Something like that. I don't know. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he was good. Well, in any case, she gets him to go to bed, and then he gets scared, and then he comes back, and she goes to like.
She wants her to check the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he
So
thinks
she
there's a
goes to
boogeyman.
shut it, and it doesn't shut.
Oh.
And then she opens it, and Michael Myers is like, "Hi," and
Well, the boyfriend shows up eventually, right?
oh yeah, and they're like,
It's that whole thing where
Yeah.
the boyfriend comes to the babysitter.
Oh, and she's like, "You're totally getting dry humped tonight."
oh yeah,
and they're dry humping on the couch, which is like perfect for like that age group. Like, well, I guess I thought they were seniors. I figure you progress into wet humping at that point.
oh yeah, you are. You're not dry humping at that point if you're a senior.
But
No.
so they're dry humping, and then it stops because she hears something, and then they try to get the boy to go first and whatever, and then she gets slashed and he runs screaming. No, he leaves the house to go look at that motorcycle.
That's right. He's in the garage.
Yeah, then he comes in, he gets killed.
Well, he. Who finds the sheet over her?
The sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Michael Myers takes that old famous ghost sheet he had. I don't know, he must have had it in a pocket or something.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out.
His memorabilia.
And he went and stole it.
Shoebox.
He needed money. So he threw it over her. And then they also come downstairs and they find the boy. And he's pinned to a wall with a butcher knife.
Yep.
But he's face first to the wall. Like his chest is to the wall instead of his back.
Yeah, and Julian had gotten out of there because he was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And fuck this shit, I'm out. What's that from? I hear that. I think of like Vine videos. Fuck
It's
this
from-
shit, I'm out. It's like Justin Timberlake or
I
something.
don't know.
I'm just gonna type in "fuck this shit, I'm out."
So now Allison. What happens with Allison? She ends up getting caught in the cop car, right?
So yeah, she goes over there and figures all that out, and so she's running for her life, or they're trying to get a hold of her, and the sheriff finds her, and so she gets in that. And the sheriff, they're heading over to Laurie Strode's, and hey, there he is. And the sheriff's like, I'm going to run his ass over, and he does.
Yes.
And then he gets on, and he's going to shoot
Oh,
him.
the doctor is with them,
Yeah,
too.
the doctor's with him.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, don't you kill him. He's like, I got to kill him.
He's
like,
my Michael.
Why don't you kill my Michael Myers? And then so he goes to try to kill Michael Myers, and he ends up getting stabbed in the neck.
By the doctor.
Yeah, and then the doctor...
Who has this, like, weird scalpel pen.
Yeah, scalpel pen.
Yeah.
And then he puts the Michael Myers mask on and looks at Alice.
Goes,
He's like,
Ooba.
Yeah. And she's like, man, who wrote this movie? And then so he takes the mask off and puts Michael into the car next to her, and then they're going for a ride. They're going to Lower Roads. Well, then they pull over because, she's like, oh, Michael talked to me. He's like, what'd he say? Well, I'll tell you, but you got to pull over. So he pulls over, and Michael Myers is like, I'm awake now after
My
getting...
legs need a stretching.
Yeah, so here, let me kick this police car gate in. Okay, now I'm out. Let me drag you out, stab you. Oh, there goes the girl running into the woods. You know, so she takes off running. And it goes back over to the Strode residence, and they're trying to get a hold of Alice. And the dad goes outside, and he's like, "What's going on, cops?" Because the cops go to check out the squad.
Oh,
And
yes.
it's too late.
Yep.
It's too late. They're dead. We got a flashlight and a empty skull kind of thing going on. And,
Decapitated head.
yep. And so he's like, "Oh," and then he gets choked by a chain by Nickel Myers. And then Laurie's like, "Time to fight." And then she makes what was her name? Karen go in the basement.
Yeah, they have like a island that slides out mechanically,
And so
and it goes into the safe space.
Yeah, so they go down there and then they shoot Michael, and it sounds like he falls.
Yeah, shoots her through the floor.
Yeah.
Because initially they lock the door, but he busts through, and she takes the shotgun and
Shoots him. But you don't
makes him lose a few digits
Yeah.
on his
hand.
writing hand.
So then he goes upstairs, and then Laurie follows him up, and she's got all these things where she hits a little button on the door, and this metal gate flies down that he can't get out of.
Which is actually pretty brilliant, because then she knows that
She's been
he's
in that
not going to
room.
sneak up. That he's not going to sneak up behind her.
And so she goes around the house doing that.
Yep.
And then she gets into a room.
With all
that,
these mannequins.
Yeah, so she uses mannequins as target practice, but what the mannequins represent is the director's fondness of the video game.
Animal House.
No. Oh, it's the second one, too. Where he plays a detective.
Mannequin.
No, it's...
You ever seen that movie?
Deception 2? No. I think it starts with a D.
Huh.
He plays this detective, and then he comes back, and he's like a boozer at this point.
Oh, it's a game?
Yeah, what's it called? Dead Disorder. It was started with the D. It was on like the Xboxes and maybe the PS2s. Sort of the D.
Oh, yes, I know. Criminal Origins.
Yeah. Descent?
No. Oh, what is that game?
Criminal Origins is correct.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
that up. But that's like it. There's that whole thing where the creepy killer in that is moving mannequins around on your main character. So.
Yeah. Yep. So Michael ends up being in that room. Condemned. Yes.
Yeah, so you think, okay, you get the iconic, sliding closet doors. You're like, oh, he's in there, and she's shooting at it in the side. Then she opens it up, and it's Karen's husband, and he's been stuffed in the top shelf of the kill hole. And Michael Myers comes up from behind some mannequins, and they're like, "Oh, I'll fight you!" And they fight each other. But then she manages to get back downstairs.
Well, she falls off the roof, right?
Oh, yeah, she falls off the... Oh, that's right.
Not the roof, but
she falls
out
off
the window.
Roof. Allison shows up. But Michael Myers... Oh, and Allison shows up. She gets her in the house. They're both in the basement. Michael Myers can't find Laurie Strode. And Laurie Strode's stalking his ass all over the place. And so you actually see, like, Michael Myers being hunted at this point.
Yeah.
And there was a whole thing about, like, how, like, the only thing keeping them alive is that they don't want... She wants to become the hunter, and he doesn't want to become the hunted, So it's like this, like, weird dichotomy kind of thing. They're twins. It's a twin thing. But,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so they Michael Myers figures out that there's a sliding island, and he bashes it open, and Karen Strode's like, "Oh my God, I'll come down here." And he's like,
"Just kidding."
He's not showing up because he knows she's got a shotgun or a gun. She was like, "I can't do it, Mom. I'm sorry." And then he shows up. He's like, "I got you, bitch." And she's like, and she's like, "No, I got you, bitch." And then shoots his ass. And he's like, "Oh, fuck me." Then Laurie Strode shoots him, and he falls down the stairs. And they all run up the stairs, but he manages to grab one of their ankles right before she gets up. But then they pull her up, and Laurie hits this little lever thing, and it turns into
all
a trap.
gas.
Yep. Well, first they trap them in with these bars that shoot across where they came in, so it was a trap. And they're like, "This wasn't a cage for my mom; it was a trap for Michael Myers."
Yep.
I keep calling him Jason. I don't know why I do that.
So
What is that about?
I don't know.
It's like, when it's like that, like
I think it's because you want to shorten it, but it just doesn't feel right calling him Michael.
Yeah, it's
you
like
have
Michael.
to say Michael Myers, and
Yeah.
like Jason just flows off the
Yeah.
tongue.
I mean Michael Myers every time.
Yeah.
Me and my brother got in an argument about who's cooler, Michael Myers or Jason, and I think that Michael Myers is cooler than Jason. Like he thinks aesthetically Jason looks more frightening. I don't agree. Or he looks cooler. He thinks he looks like he's just
Jason, I would agree that Jason looks cooler, but I think Michael Myers looks more more like creepier.
Yeah. See, now that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
But at that point, I would say that a caricature who has been designed as a killer in a thing being creepy makes him a cooler concept than the other one.
But see, the difference is like Jason has sort of always been pretty stagnant in like his mythos, whereas depending on who directed the movie, Michael Myers could be a long-haired blonde Swedish boy and
who's into
lives...
strippers and heavy metal.
Yeah.
But so they trap him in there and start the house on fire, and then they leave. But before they get off screen, because they catch her right on the truck, the camera pans and zooms in onto Allison's hand, and she's holding a bloody butcher knife. And you're like, oh, she's going to be the next Michelle
Wait,
Myers.
what happened?
Remember that at the end of the movie? Where, like, they're sitting there and, like, Laurie had gotten stabbed in the stomach earlier, so she's like, passing out. And then they're all crying.
In what? In this movie?
Yeah.
Hold up, what?
Hold up. Hey.
Laurie got stabbed in the stomach?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know. At some point. Remember, she's bleeding?
Sure.
Yeah. So
Okay, how does it...
But at the end of the movie, when they escape the burning house, they get on that truck, then the camera focuses on Allison's hand. Because she had stabbed Michael Myers with that butcher knife, she's still got the knife. Which is kind of similar.
How did I black that out?
I don't know. It was that cheeseburger, probably.
I do not remember that at all.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Wow. All right.
Okay,
What did you think of this reboot, sequel erasing?
I went into this movie with the lowest of expectations. That were then
I agree with that.
Then that were heightened a little bit because I heard it was getting decent reviews. So I went into it thinking like, well, and then so what I came out was, well, that was fun. It was fun. I did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. I think it's a neat retake on the whole canon of the thing. Like they mentioned that she's not the brother of Michael Myers or sister.
Yeah, they kind of make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Which
I wouldn't say like a joke, but like they chalk that up to being a rumor.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's not true then.
I suppose.
It's thought to be a rumor. But it's definitely, there's homages there to the original and other of the movies too. Like I think that knife scene in her hand is a callback to something, but
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. I thought Jamie Lee Curtis did a great job playing a crazy Laurie Strode. A crazy 40-year lady Laurie Strode. Her daughter was whatever. The granddaughter I thought was fine.
Allison
was fine. The friends were good. I'm glad, it had that feeling that like that old style slasher, 70s, 80s kind of thing, but it was set in the, the present.
Yeah, I thought Allison was the best out of the even Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
I thought she was the best character overall out of all of them. Besides Julian.
Yeah. Well, I liked her because she was like caring and like she cared about her grandmother despite everything, and you know this and that, and she was a smart National Honors student, National Honor Society student, so she was a smart girl, upstanding.
Well, she also brought some like rationality and skepticism to the entire thing, because on one hand you have Laurie Strode, where she's like this seemingly insane person, and then you have Allison's mom, Karen, who's like, oh, we just need to move on, like nothing's bad is out there, whatever. Yeah. And so Allison is kind of right in the middle, where she's like, well, we're a family,
No, I liked her character in it. Now, do you want me to out you real quick here and tell everybody what you said when the movie finished and you looked, the first thing you said to me when the movie came off?
Yeah, sure.
I never thought I'd say that the Rob Zombie versions were better. That was what you said.
Yeah, that was my gut instinct. Fuck, man, Rob Zombie did it better.
And then about 6 minutes into our ride home, I changed his mind. Yeah. I don't even remember how I did it. But
there's just things about this movie where
there's some like Deus Ex Machina shit where you just have to accept things.
Yeah, and it's rewriting things that have become accepted in like the Halloween franchise. Like one of them, I would say for sure, is that Laurie Strode is
Michael's little sister.
Yes. Yeah. Even though John Carpenter never intended that to be that way, I think it's made the most sense. Yeah. Why it continues.
And that's why I think I'm kind of glad they went back on that. Like if she's not his baby sister, it makes it creepier for me, because like when you give him a reason, you humanize him. But if he's got no reason, he's just creepy then. Like he's just terrifying. Like why is he doing this?
He's just obsessed with this person.
Why? You know what I mean? And so it's like then you can sit and play all these different scenarios in your head and stuff. But I thought it was fun. I don't think that Rob Zombies are better. But I think I also don't think the Rob Zombie ones are as bad as I remember them either.
No.
Like I don't like giving him that backstory. I don't like that, basically Michael Myers watched, A House of a Thousand Corpses too many times, and then he started, killing gerbils.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. But, never mind. I don't like the Rob Zombie ones. But
I think the Rob Zombie ones are scarier, even though they're not really that scary per se. That's just my opinion.
I think it's like the Rob Zombie ones are brutal.
Yeah.
That's what I'd call it. Where like the scenes of like the murders and stuff are more brutal. Like there's some brutal ones in this movie, but like
we forgot to mention there's an amazing head stomping scene in this movie.
The doctor gets his head stomped. That's right.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But like the Rob Zombie ones are always more visceral, and he does all that shaky cam shit, so it always seems more brutal. Sure. And there's I don't care.
Yeah, this one there's a lot of off-screen deaths, which is fine. It builds sort of this, I don't know,
when you
leaves it more in your head.
Well, when you see the aftermath, then when you actually get hit with it, it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they show the aftermath, so it's not like there's no deaths in this movie. It's just that a lot of it is off-screen, but they do show the aftermath, which is
I like
gory,
it
super gory.
Yeah, because it's like you're trailing him then.
Yeah.
So you spend this whole movie trying to find Michael Myers, and then he finds the kids and this person, and then you get these tables turning on each other and stuff. And I liked all that.
And you're completely fine with them showing Michael without his mask.
Well, I mean, you don't see much, but so I am.
Yeah, you don't get like a straight-on face shot, but you see.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
No, because they show his face when he's a kid.
I suppose. Good point.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. That you see part of it. I mean, that making him human that way Way more effective than me being like, well, he kills people
Because
Because
his
he
mom's
was-
a stripper.
because his mom's a stripper and some kid was like, hey, I saw your mom's boobs.
And his sister is
Make me a bird, help me fly far, far away. What's her name? I can't remember. But that's the girl who plays his sister in those Rob Zombie
Really?
movies. Yeah, she plays young Jenny in
Huh.
Forrest Gump. Make me a bird, help me fly far, far away. So it's her and she's like, I hate you, my little brother. I'm gonna go upstairs and have sex.
Yeah, I think overall this movie is well directed, well shot. The acting is hit or miss here and there, but for the most part,
It was entertaining. Does it hold up to the majesty that Halloween has become over the last 40 years? I would say no, but you weren't going to be able to do that anyways.
it's a better shot than like H2O with
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's better than every Halloween after the second one.
yeah.
Yeah. But except for maybe Halloween in Space. Oh, wait, they didn't do that one. Yeah. They should do a Halloween in Space where, Michael Myers gets stuck in a spaceship.
They've cryogenically frozen him after he's been blown up in the Strode residence.
Yep, yeah, they cryogenically freeze him and send him to the ISS, like an abandoned section, and then he wakes up and like, well, Michael Myers woke up. He's floating through space, killing all of our satellites. Everybody loses the internet.
Yeah, so what is your Scream Fiends rating?
Well, I give it a seal of approval. Like, go see it.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yep.
As far as everything, the cinematography, sound is good, like you say, but it's also expected. Like it's 2018. The technology is there. It's if you fuck that up, there it's bad. So I'm not going to give them really any points on that. The acting has some bubbles in it. They're just like, ooh, let's pop that.
Yeah, Judy Greer should probably stick to comedy.
Yeah.
I don't really like her in dramatic roles.
Yeah, it was a little unconvincing and she was kind of annoying, but it could just be the way her character was written. But
Sure.
everybody else did really good. I liked Allison a lot. I liked Jamie Lee Curtis a lot. Even Allison's dad wasn't bad, and he's a comedy dude.
Yeah.
And
well, yeah, more so.
sure. And but so I liked it. I would go like a high silver. I would
High silver.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I had fun. It was
Sure.
it was entertaining, but it's not a gold because it didn't follow up well with the original movie. It didn't do anything for me that way, but it was fun to watch, and I don't regret seeing it. You
Sure.
know, and it was shot. The quality was good enough, so it's not a bronze. I wouldn't give it a bronze, but
I would give it a bronze. I'm giving it a high bronze.
a high bronze.
Because a week later, I'm not like, oh man, that was a great movie. Like, it's just sort of like something that
you
exists.
That's a good point.
And even at the time watching it, I was entertained for sure, but there was nothing in the movie where I was like, oh wow, that was surprising, or like,
Sure, it was kind of it was kind of Star Wars. Like, it was just more of the same.
yeah, it was good.
Okay, I'm going to rescind my current rating. Instead of giving it a high silver, it just gets a silver.
Okay.
It'll just get a silver. It's shot well enough. And Jamie Lee Curtis did a great job. I really like Jamie Lee Curtis in
I do
this.
too.
I like I didn't like the idea where she becomes a crazy old coot. But they did a good job with it, actually. I do like
Yeah,
how
they sort
did
of
that.
turn it around where it's like almost like it was completely planned from the beginning. Like, she's not actually crazy. This was all part of the plan.
Yeah.
Sort of deal.
Well, and
Even though it wasn't maybe like that,
and
that's how they
through
spun
the
it.
exposition too.
Yeah.
She does try to move on throughout her life, but can't.
Right.
And it's like that was a traumatizing experience for her. And so that makes sense. But so I'll just give it a flat up silver.
Sure. Let us know what you thought of the 2018 Halloween on Twitter at ScreamFiends. You can also leave a comment below on the YouTubes if you're listening to this on iTunes or Google Play. I don't know if there's comments or stuff.
I have no idea. Well,
But get to us on those other things.
we got stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're on YouTube.
Patreon.com/ScreamFiends.
Oh,
you
boy.
can donate to our lovely program if you'd like, but you
Yeah.
do not have to. All of our content is always free of charge. New episodes every weekish.
Weekish is good.
Weekish. Yeah. From us at Scream Fiends, so long and farewell.